This once ugly field in Pennsylvania, ugly because of the horrific events that happened here, is now a beautiful memorial.
A real dichotomy between how gorgeous it is and the horrific thing that happened here. And I think that this place is just a really beautiful, beautiful testament to the people who really gave up their lives to save others.
The memorial shows the timeline of the events that fateful September day. It starts with a black stone walkway representing the flight path, with markers for the other flights on September 11th. Towering walls lead up to the visitor center. Mementos and timelines tell the stories of the everyday people who courageously fought against the terrorists that day.
I was so moved by the one child's remembrance in there. He was across from the White House, and he said, "Thank you for saving my life."
Outside the visitor center, onlookers can reflect on the overlook of the flight path and the final resting place of Flight 93. On the other side of the memorial, a long path leads to a wall with the passenger and crew names carved in stone. The crash site, open only for passengers' families, is marked with a boulder. This phase of the memorial was finished in 2015, and the architecture from the visitor center to the wall of names illustrates the bravery of the men and women on Flight 93.
If you look straight toward the wall of names, it looks like one solid piece. However, there's a gap in between each name to symbolize the individuality of each person. If you look sideways, there's almost an accordion effect to the wall, and that's because the passengers and crew joined together at that last moment to try to assault the cockpit and regain control of the plane.
Visitors here agree that the passengers and crew on Flight 93 are true heroes.
The hundreds of people that that would have perished if that plane would have hit the Capitol building or anywhere in DC, really. The courage that took is just, I mean, how can you really describe that?
And they hope that the country as a whole will honor the lives lost on that day.
Unity that came from this event, if we could somehow get that back, in a country that seems to be as divided as I remember it right now, if we could find a way to come together again, I think that's the best way we could honor these people. They didn't fight for us to be fighting.
The Flight 93 memorial is a worthwhile trip, especially for pilots. Cessna 182 pilot Joe DeAndre flew to Somerset County Airport about 10 miles from the site with family and friends.
From a pilot standpoint, is what those guys had to go through. And when you see it, it really impacts you.
Josh Cochran, AOPA Live.